Your cat has never once thought of you as its owner. In 10,000 years of living beside us, that idea has simply never entered a cat's mind. Your dog looks at you and sees family, a leader, a protector, the center of its entire world. Science has a pretty good picture of what's happening in a dog's brain when it stares at you. But your cat is looking at you and seeing something much, much stranger. Because as far as researchers can tell, your cat thinks you are a cat. A giant one, a clumsy one, honestly a slightly stupid one, but a cat. And once you understand why, almost everything your cat does, the headbutts, the dead mice, the screaming at 5 a.m., suddenly makes perfect, hilarious sense. Here's the thing that puzzled scientists for years. Cats have lived alongside humans for around 10,000 years. That's plenty of time for evolution to do some redecorating. We know because dogs got a complete renovation. Dogs evolved special muscles just to make puppy eyes at us. Their brains release bonding hormones when we look at them. Dogs learn to read human faces, follow human fingers, and beg human hearts for forgiveness. Cats did not do any of that. A cat can hear you open a can from 3 rooms away, but watch you sob on the kitchen floor with the detached interest of a security guard at the end of a long shift. So how can an animal live with us for 10,000 years and still treat us like roommates it never quite got around to meeting? The answer hides in how cats moved in with us, because nobody ever asked them to change. To understand it, you have to go back about 10,000 years to the first farming villages of the ancient Middle East. Humans had just invented agriculture, and with it, something brand new in the history of the world: the grain pile. Mountains of stored food, and mountains of stored food meant mice everywhere. Out in the dry grasslands, a small, striped, antisocial predator noticed. Wildcats slipped into the villages at night and found the greatest hunting grounds that had ever existed. Now, here's the important part. When humans domesticated dogs, we chose them. We fed the friendly wolves and speared the aggressive ones. We ran the breeding program. But nobody bred cats. Nobody chose them. The cats chose us, or more precisely, they chose our mice. Humans just let them stay. The rodent problem solved itself, and the little striped landlords moved in. Scientists call it self-domestication. Cats are one of the only animals on Earth that domesticated themselves, which means evolution never forced them to study us, obey us, or worship us. They only had to tolerate us. And that one difference wrote the entire script of every cat-human relationship since. This is where a British biologist named John Bradshaw comes in. Bradshaw spent over 30 years at the University of Bristol, watching how cats actually behave around humans. Hundreds of cats, thousands of hours. And he noticed something odd. Everything a cat does to you, it also does to other cats. That tail-up greeting when your cat trots toward you, that's exactly how kittens greet their mothers. The slow rub along your shins. Cats do that to cats they consider family. It mixes their scents into one shared colony smell. Grooming your hair, cat-to-cat behavior. Kneading your lap with their paws. That's what kittens do to their mothers to get milk flowing. Dogs, Bradshaw points out, clearly know we're not dogs. They play differently with humans than with other dogs. They have a whole, separate social playbook just for us. Cats have exactly one playbook, and on every page you're a cat. This sounds fake, but the science keeps backing it up. In 2013, researchers in Tokyo found that cats absolutely recognize their owner's voice. Their ears and heads turn. They simply choose not to respond most of the time. The information arrives. It is then filed under optional. And the famous meow. Adult cats almost never meow at other adult cats. Meowing is something kittens do to mothers. But cats discovered that the giant cats, us, respond to sound. So they kept meowing into adulthood, just for humans, and over time, refined it. Studies show house cats have developed purr-meow hybrids pitched uncomfortably close to the frequency of a crying human infant. A sound engineered to be impossible for your brain to ignore. Think about that. Your cat studied you and built a custom language out of baby noises because it works. So the current best theory goes like this. Your cat sees you as a strange mix of mother and oversized colony mate. You're huge, you're harmless, you control the food, and you're warm. In their mental map, you're not a master. You're not even a different species. You're the big cat who runs the kitchen. And suddenly, your entire life with your cat translates. The dead mouse on your doorstep. Mother cats bring prey home to teach kittens how to hunt. Your cat has watched you hunt. You walk to a big cold box and pull out a sad block of cheese. It has concluded, reasonably, that you are the worst hunter it has ever seen. The mouse isn't a gift, it's tutoring. The headbutt, that's a bunting ceremony cats reserve for trusted colony members. It's marking you as us, not them. Sitting on your laptop, you stare at the glowing rectangle for hours. In cat logic, the rectangle is the rival. Sit on rival, problem solved. The 5 a.m. screaming, a kitten calling its mother for breakfast. You are the mother, breakfast is late. And the slow blink, this one's real and you can test it tonight. In 2020, psychologist Karen McComb ran experiments showing that when humans slow blink at cats, cats are significantly more likely to slow blink back and approach. In cat language, closing your eyes around someone is a declaration. I trust you enough to stop watching you. It's the closest thing cats have to a smile. Try it, sit near your cat, relax your face, blink slowly. There's a decent chance an ancient desert predator will look back at you and smile in cat. Here's the part that gets me. Dogs love us because, for 30,000 years, we built them to. We shaped their bodies, their brains, their devotion. A dog's love is magnificent, but we manufactured it. Nobody manufactured your cat. Evolution never forced it to care about you. It still has the eyes of a desert hunter, the reflexes of a wild animal, and a body that could survive without you tomorrow. Every single thing your cat feels about you, it arrived at on its own. 10,000 years ago, a small striped predator walked out of the grasslands, looked at the noisy giants with their mountains of grain, and made a decision that no one made for it. These ones are mine. So tonight, when your cat curls up against you and starts to purr, remember what's actually happening. A wild animal that owes you nothing has looked at you. A giant, clumsy, slightly stupid cat who can't even hunt, and decided, entirely on its own terms, that you're family. Your cat never thought you were its owner. It thinks you're its colony, its territory, its strange big cat. And honestly, it's not wrong, but now you know.